Hello everyone, and welcome to a special spooky episode of Skyscape TCG. Now, this video will be like your typical speed art video, but I wanted to do a nice spooky twist for the Halloween season. So this character that you are seeing here is a special character in the world of Skyscape. This is Jorah. Now, Jorah is what I would like to call a tragic villain. He is a villainous character, and as you can see here by his design, he is someone that has aligned themselves to the void and to the mysterious cosmic demons from the void in this magical world of Skyscape. Now, his backstory is what we'll be talking about in this video. So for this character, Jorah didn't start off as a villain. He didn't want to seek any evil power or seek any sort of domination in the same way that the other character Ventar seeked. Instead, Jorah started off, like all of us, as a simple boy with a simple family. But in the world of Skyscape, or as we would call it in the Great Kin Wars, the world of Myvera, there was, of course, the Great Kin Wars. And during this, of course, there was conflict, there was battle, and unfortunately, many, many lives were lost. And Jorah was a victim to the Great Kin Wars. And what had happened is during a great battle between the angels of Myvera and different forces who I'll leave ambiguous for now, Jorah and his family were terrified. They were hunkered down inside of their house, trying to wait out the war and avoid any conflict. Well, unfortunately, during this battle, their dwelling had collapsed, and Jorah, panicking, was trying to save the lives of his family. Still trapped underneath rubble, Jorah called out to a nearby angel. However, instead of being this angelic angel that Jorah had hoped this creature to be, helping Jorah's family and saving their lives, which this angel apparently did have the time for, instead, he was met only with a sneer from the angel, as if the angel was thinking that this living human, Jorah, and his family were somehow lesser than them, somehow pathetic in a way. And unfortunately, this angel left them. He left Jorah trapped under the rubble, and as time passed, Jorah himself was, unfortunately, the only one who had survived this ordeal. He had escaped through the crumbling rubble, and he claimed the salvation of the life that he was fighting for, but unfortunately, his family wasn't so lucky. And because of this tragic history for this character of Jorah, he sought after power, not to dominate, but purely for vengeance. He made a vow to find the angel that had wronged him and his family, and get vengeance for both himself and for their sakes. And throughout his plan, throughout his process of finding this power, he stumbled, of course, upon Seor. Now, Seor, I have hinted at him in previous episodes and previous videos, but Seor is an archdemon. So from the void, there are different creatures, and many of the people in Myvera will call them demons. Of course, they have a negative connotation as they are fighting against the world of Myvera. No one really knows where they come from or why they're fighting them, but at the helm of it all, there is Seor. And for his appearance, can you really blame people for calling him a demon? Or in his case, an archdemon? Now, in a previous video, I discussed the story of Vintar, who actively seeked for this ancient tome, this relic of power that could gift him this divine, mysterious sort of strength. Yet, his power was not divine at all. Instead, it was the blood of Sayor. Once he had been infected with the blood of Sayor, Vintar had noticed that he had gotten the power he had asked for, in the form of demon blood. His blood had been touched by the void, morphing from a crimson color to that of a violet one. Yet he noticed, whenever he had been injured, whenever there was a drop of blood, he could morph it and change it, to change his body at will, to adorn what he called the demon blood armor. And that armor is what is shown in this video here. This is what Jorah also stumbles into getting with his power. And this armor is very versatile. It's very strong, it enhances your strength, but for being touched with this demonic force and demonic power, there are a few noticeable changes, such as bulging veins, violet blood, and of course, the true mark of those that are infected by the presence and powers of demons: glowing golden eyes. But in Jorah's case, this had seemed to be his salvation, his way to finally get vengeance, and to make the angel that had wronged him pay and suffer for what he had done. And for Jorah's willpower in all of this, and his strength and his determination, he had struck a dark bargain with the archdemon Sayor. Now, of course, Jorah was smart. He knew that he couldn't just make a deal without conditions. So, fearing the worst, that somehow his soul would be cursed, Jorah decided to make some conditions for this pact. He asked the great Sayor for immortality and an invincible body. And Sayor, with a smile on his face, agreed. And to sweeten the deal, Sayor did not just give him an invincible, immortal body, as he had sought, but an army as well. And you can see them in the silhouettes behind Jorah. 5 silhouettes of 5 demons that would become his army, that he would lead into battle, and that he would use to conquer. This is the story of Jorah, and it will be exciting to continue this story in the next video. But for now, this has been the speed art of Jorah, the demonic acolyte. I hope you enjoy this, and as always, aim high and pierce the skyscape. You guys have been great, and I hope you enjoy the spooky season. Goodbye, guys!